Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel. And welcome back to the episode of the Montreal Expos Relocation franchise here on MLB The Show 25. Today we have a big one, as it always is at this point in the year. It is the All-Star break / draft / trade deadline day. Now, unfortunately for a series like this, the draft isn't as important as a series like the Angels is, because the guys that we draft don't actually matter. They're just vessels for the legendary regens that we turn them into, like we did with the 2 draft picks we had this past season. We have Danny Eckersley, who is actually playing. So he's the new addition that we had. Danny Eckersley is one of the guys. The other guy is, if I can remember correctly, we do have Clay Kershaw back. Like I told you, he'd be back. It's the exact same person that it was. At least he didn't have the stats, obviously, that Kershaw had. But he is the exact same overall that he was, all that kind of good stuff that we lost in the thing. So he's back. It's right. It's Jorge Santana. That's right. So Jorge Santana is now the other draft pick. That I know it says it's undrafted because I accidentally messed up and I made our actual draft pick. I turned him into, where is it at? I forget who it was. Oh, it was Strasburg. When I recreated Strasburg after we lost him when Miami claimed him, I accidentally grabbed the draft pick that we had taken in this past draft and turned him into Strasburg instead of turning him to Santana like I should have. So that's on me. I did make a mistake there, but Santana is one of the draft picks that we had, along with Danny Eckersley, who is obviously Dennis Eckersley's regen, and Jorge Santana is Johan Santana's regen. So that is the 2 draft picks we made in year number 1. Will we make any good ones in year number 2? I'd say some positions of need that we could use some depth at is second base. We could certainly use some shortstop depth, maybe an outfielder or 2. We're kind of good at catcher. We got a lot of catcher depth. First base, maybe we could use one, but that's not really like a top priority. But like second base, shortstop, outfield is probably, we need to go more, and we could always use a pitcher, I guess, but we need to go more into the position player side of things for this year's draft and get more of those regens in there, because that's where we're kind of lacking a little bit of depth. And speaking of depth, that's all we can work with in this Montreal Expos series, because we cannot make trades, we cannot sign free agents. We have to just keep the guys that we have, this whole 40-man roster, and any new draft picks that we acquire over the years. We have to keep these guys on the team at all costs. That's why I've gone through, and when somebody got claimed off of waivers, like a Steven Strasburg or a Clay Kershaw, or who was the other one? I think it was Francis Rodriguez. Those guys got claimed because we had to move them down. They didn't have any options. They got passed through waivers. They didn't pass through. They got claimed. So I remade them on our team because that's the whole point. They're supposed to be on our team the whole time. These are the only set of guys, like I said, other than draft picks that we add every year, that we can ever have on this team, on this Expos team. That's the whole point of the series. So we have to hope that these guys will develop. That's why this second season is not going necessarily to plan, because our starting pitching has not been very good at all. Matthew Harvey has struggled. Noah Ryan has struggled, even though he was dominating AAA. He's now struggling at Major League level again. Timmy Lincecum is actually pitching really well, so I'm happy about that. Pablo Martinez is starting to get hot. He's starting to figure out a little bit. And then Rod Clemens is struggling pretty heavily. So we just need to figure that out. The lineup is performing actually fairly well. They're developing like crazy. I mean, some of these guys are going off. They're getting up to like the high 80s. Even some of them are close to 90 overall, like Sosa and Rose. So we are getting very, very close to those guys developing into absolute monsters. We did put Griffey as the DH because who'd we take? I think we took out Bonds because Bonds was just not hitting very well. He's hitting 163 with 5 home runs through halfway point of the year. So if we do that, Ichiro's actually hitting very, very well. We should probably get him in the lineup at some point. He can only play the outfield, though. We just added Joshua Hamilton to the starting rotation, or the starting lineup. McMantle is hitting too well to replace. Although I could... I don't know, because Sosa's hitting good enough to keep. Hamilton, I want to see how he does, and Mantle's hitting. There's no room for Ichiro to start right now. There's just no room for him to get on the field. So we're going to keep simulating. We'll get through the month of June, the rest of the month, and then we will We'll have ourselves the draft, maybe bring in some more depth pieces. Then we'll do the All-Star break if we have anybody participating in it. And then we will do the trade deadline, which obviously we're not going to be a part of the trade deadline, but we'll see if there's any big notable trades around the league. And actually, we are kind of winning a bunch of games here. We are on a huge win streak. We've only lost one game so far since starting this simulation here. We swept the Giants, we swept the Twins, and now we're about to sweep the White Sox, or we're 2 games ahead of them. That's getting us closer. This is a close division. We're 9 games back of the Yankees. But with a couple of wins, we can get into second place just like that. So this is really a closer division than it may seem. We just need our pitching to come back down to earth a little bit and get hot. Because the lineup is doing their job. Biggio's getting hot. That's good to see. Fielder's a little cold right now. Rodriguez is still hot, which I love to see. Maybe we should put Maurer on the bench, but Maurer's been good for us. Maurer's been real good for us. And Mantle keeps hitting, so I don't know what to do with these guys. Some of them are hitting too well to take out of the lineup. Never mind. Sosa has damaged his kneecap with his knee cartilage, and he's going to be on the 60-day. So that opens up a spot for Ichiro. I was talking about how it's difficult to get Ichiro in the lineup. Well, an injury will open that up for you. So Ichiro will now play right field for us, but he's not going to hit 4th. He's going to probably hit 2nd in one of the lineups, and then maybe hit like 7th in another lineup. We'll move A-Rod up a little bit, maybe switch it with Fielder. Switch that around a little bit. So we'll see how Ichiro can do. I was just talking, literally 5 seconds ago, if we could get Ichiro in the field, but it was just too hard to find him a spot, and now Sammy Sosa gets injured, and sometimes that's just how it happens. We do have a moment that Josh Hamilton is in, and I think I want to jump in with Josh Hamilton. I want to see how he plays. And funny enough, Ichiro is on first. We got the bases loaded, top of the 7th, 1 out. We're down by 1 to the Orioles. Let's see what Joshua Hamilton's got. I've never swung the bat with him in this version of him, so let's try it out and see how he does. Joshua Hamilton to the plate, bases loaded, 1 out, going up against Adrian Morejon. Ooh, and I'm behind on that sinker. That was 97. I was not sitting on a pitch that was going to be thrown 97. I'll just be honest. I was not prepared for that. That's okay. Because I am now. Slider up in the zone. 86 on the gun. All Hamilton needs to do is put this in the outfield for a hit. Even not a hit. A sac fly will score a run to tie it. But I'd prefer a hit, and that might be off the wall, and it will be. That's going to score at least 2. Ichiro's going to come around 3rd. I'm going to send him home. 97 speed, might as well. It's going to be a bases clearing double. 3 RBIs for Joshua Hamilton. He got around that and delivered it. And if the wall wasn't there in right field, that probably gets over in most Major League ballparks in right field. That's probably a home run. And now we lead 5-3 with Joey Maurer stepping to the plate. He's hitting .310. He's having a great season. That's going to be a little grounder to 3rd. Unfortunately, the 2nd out of the inning. And steps up King Fielder. He's been so fun to use, especially in that postseason episode that we had. He was so good. Hit a big-time home run, but this season has not translated that much from what he did in the postseason. He's not hitting very well during the regular season with nobody on, and he's not hitting very well with runners on in scoring position, so we'll see what happens with the future of King Fielder. We've always got replacements. We can always change the lineup and send people up, send people down, figure it out. But that is going to be an RBI single for for King Fielder. He scores Hamilton, and we lead 6-3. Just look at that. I mean, 4 runs come across, and we've already turned this game in our favor by a big margin. They will pull Morejon, and they will bring in Perez to go against Kenneth Griffey Jr. We'll see what Griffey's got. Can we add even more insurance? Or have we done enough? That's a home run pitch that I completely missed. Oh, I'm upset about that. That was a home run pitch. I mean, that's a slider right down the middle. How does one miss that? I don't know. Probably because I suck. That's probably how it happens. But maybe I'll get some chance to redeem myself. Sinker down low, trying to go golf it out of the dirt. Couldn't get it. We are on kind of a crazy win streak, by the way. We've really figured something out as we've gotten here to the end of June. That's going to, oh, I was about to say that's going to drop in front of the right fielder, but it goes right in the glove. I thought maybe it would get down in time. But it doesn't matter because those 4 runs were all we needed, although the Orioles did bring back, get another run to make it 6-4, but Joshua Hamilton with that 3 RBI double was all we needed. Although we got the extra run as well, but a 6-4 victory. I mean, look at this win streak run. Out of our last 10, we are 10-0. So absolutely crushing. We finally lose to the Sox, and of course it's Noah Ryan who loses. Clemens also lost. Are we going to get swept by the Sox? We do get swept by the Sox. Or not guess, we had 4 games, so we lose 3 of 4 against them. But I don't know what it is about the Red Sox. They're a good team. They're around the same as us, and Lincecum's killing it. Sosa getting injured is kind of funny, actually, because of how it opens up some spots. Is Randall Johnson ready to come back up? No. He's pitched 1 game, and he's not been good, so he's not ready to come up. But is Noah Ryan ready to go down again? Because I'm kind of tired of him. I'm kind of tired of him being up here. Steve Strasburg is murdering Double-A baseball. Do we just give him a massive call-up, or do we call up Johnny Cueto? Or John Cueto? He's not pitching very well at all. Maybe we just call up the 19-year-old and see how he pitches at the Major League level. So let's send down Noah Ryan. Although I probably could keep him up. We have spots on the roster. Let's add Steve Strasburg to the 40-man and call him up. He's going to get the start. He's going to get the call. He's 19 years old, and he is murdering Double-A baseball, so he's going to get the chance to prove himself. We'll keep Noah Ryan as a long reliever for now. Maybe we call him. Maybe we set him down when we need another roster spot. For right now, we are closing the gap on the Yankees. We're still pretty far behind, but we are starting to close that gap on the Yankees. The Biscuits don't have a valid rotation because I moved Strasburg, so we need to move somebody to Double-A. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they've got 5. They just need to get a lineup or a rotation ready to go. So we'll move Sabathia in there. Kershaw goes up a little bit, and they are good to go. Has Shohei or Shuhai? Has he? Yes, he's starting to do his two-way player stuff. Perfect. He's got 26 at bats. He's hit 3 home runs. We'll see how that works out for him. And then Jorge Santana is destroying Double-A baseball. Love to see it. Bumgarner's pitching fairly well. Double-A team's off to a decent start. I mean, they're 7-2 in the second half, so they're doing a good job. Triple-A team 62-22. They're killing it. Okay. Let's keep moving on. Matthew Harvey has bruised his ribs. He's going to miss a couple of days. He should be back before his next start. Griffey. Ooh, back stiffness for Bonds is a little annoying. Griffey's at the plate again. We lose that game. Wagner. We beat the Twins. Harvey's back healthy, and he's pitching his next game. That's kind of funny. Lincecum continues to dominate. Strasburg got a loss. That's kind of annoying, actually. So in his debut game, he loses. Do we have anybody that's like doing good in the MVP voting or anything like that? The awards? A-Rod's battling for the batting title. I don't know if he's going to get it, but at least he's competing for it. Timmy Lincecum's fighting for the Rookie of the Year. That's good to see. We got A-Rod battling for the Hank Aaron. We got Joey Mauer fighting for Gold Glove catcher. Peter Rose is leading Gold Glove third base. All right, so we got a couple guys that have a shot at getting some awards this year. Nobody's going to win like anything too amazing unless A-Rod comes away with some awesome hardware like the Hank Aaron and the Silver Slugger and stuff like that, but I doubt he would. He'd have to have a crazy good year. And today is the first-year player draft. We will put all of the guys that we have scouted because I've put the scouting on auto for this one. So we will put all these guys on the board, and then we'll take whatever we need to take. I'll probably try to stay away from starters. I'll probably try to stay away from starters for the moment, or for the first couple of picks. We like I said, we need maybe a second baseman, maybe a shortstop, stuff like that. So let's start the draft. Sox are up first. Who will the White Sox take with the number 1 overall pick? They will grab themselves Damon Doss, or Damon Doss. I'm assuming it's Damon. He's number 45, and he goes number 1 overall. They must have scouted him and saw something in him that they liked. Number 2 pick, the Rockies get Josh Bennett, number 39. So nobody in the top 30 is gone yet. That's kind of crazy. And here comes Owen Richard. Wow, this is a wild first-year player draft. And now we are up. I have no idea how good these guys are going to be, but like I said, the ratings don't matter. We just kind of have to take based on anything. Wow, okay, so everybody we've scouted is pitcher, except for one shortstop, Rich Weber. So I guess we'll take him because we need a shortstop. I said that was part of the depth, so we'll grab Rich Weber. It's kind of funny that all the people we've scouted are starting pitchers. We could use some outfield depth, so I'll grab Thomas Bolger in the second round. And then, oops, never mind. I'll simulate the rest of the draft. Draft pick Lloyd Gallo has an injury that will affect his long-term potential and overall rating. God, I'm stupid. I didn't mean to skip that. We'll find out who we signed when we have a chance to sign draft picks, or who we drafted when we have a chance to sign draft picks. So that's my bad. I didn't mean to skip that. The first big trade of the deadline, the Orioles trade away Felix Bautista to the Diamondbacks for Jake McCarthy and Paul Sewald. Kind of a weird trade. Do we have anybody participating in the Home Run Derby this year? It's at Phillies Ballpark. We don't have anybody participating, so we won't participate ourselves. But do we have anybody in the All-Star game? Do we have anybody in the All-Star game? I'd love it if we did. Let's get to Philly Ballpark, since that's where the Derby was held. All right, so we've got Skubal, Joe Ryan, Reese Olson, McWilliams, Brady Singer, Kenley Jansen, not Kennedy Jansen, Kenley Jansen. No starters or bullpen arms have made the All-Star game for us. That's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So we don't have to worry about that. But in the lineup, we've got Bobby Witt, Rengifo, Judge, Seager. There's got to be somebody. There he is. Joey Mauer makes it. Good for Joey. Is that it? That's everybody. That's our one representative in the All-Star game is Joey Mauer. All right, well, I guess we'll show out with Joey, but he's going to be off the bench. So let's go and get some festivities for the All-Star game, and then we'll sim through it fairly quickly, I guess.
It's the American League All-Stars and the National League All-Stars. Gotta love the All-Star festivities. Always a great show. We'll be back to get this thing started after this. Along with my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Singy, always special when we get together to call the All-Star game.
Well, we've done a lot of these together, and sometimes you come in and think, ho-hum, another year. But once you look and you see these All-Star players, their uniforms on, them interacting with one another, you realize just how special it is. It's going to be a great one tonight.
First pitch coming your way next. About to get started here. And on the hill in this one, Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with.
All right, since we are not participating very much in this All-Star game, we might as well go fairly quickly through it, see if anything groundbreaking happens or anything like that. Obviously, we'll control like when the pitchers come in and out and stuff. But Joey Mauer's our only guy, which I think everybody gets a representative, so that's our one representative. We haven't had a good enough team to where you get more than one player that wants to come play baseball for you in the All-Star game. I feel like that's a little wrong. We should have somebody, right? We'll take Skubal out. We'll put in Joe Ryan, who makes the All-Star team for the Twins. They bring in Blake Snell, and none of our guys can do anything. We'll bring in Reese Olson for the Tigers, who comes in, see if he can get some stuff done. Sandy Alcantara's up. Reese Olson will get changed out for Gavin Williams, who's having an unbelievable year. And I think we'll start subbing out some of these guys. We'll have Rutschman hit one more time. And then we will pinch hit Bobby Witt for probably Gunnar Henderson. And then we'll pinch hit Rengifo for Zach Geloff. He reaches on an error. Judge will come out for a lot of left fielders made it this time around. I guess we'll give it to Jordangus. He walks. Seager will get pinch hit. Probably, there's a lot of left fielders. We're probably going to have somebody pinch hit. Although we don't have a center fielder, so somebody's got to play center field. Probably Langford will play center field. We'll have Yiner Diaz, DH. And then we'll change out for Brady Singer, who's also having a very good year for the Sox this year. Single for Yelich. And we move to Vladdy Jr., who's going to get subbed out for Andrew Vaughn. Devin Williams comes in. J. Ram will get subbed out for Rafael Devers. Julio Rodriguez out for Wyatt Langford. And then we will change Brady Singer. Probably let's bring in Robert Stevenson. Show him some love. Show him some love. See if he can do the job here. And he does. Good job for him. India will get taken out for Anthony Santander. Felix Bautista comes in. New addition, by the way, to the Diamondbacks. He would have been on our side. Rushman will get pinch hit for Joey Mauer, and this is our time to jump in. And he's wearing the Tampa Bay Rays uniform because that is obviously the team that we relocated to Montreal. It's just funny that he doesn't have our own custom uniform, the Montreal Expos uniform on. He's got the Tampa Bay Rays uniform. But he gets a base hit nonetheless. And Joey Mauer, good job. Our representative shows up. And now it's time for Gunnar Henderson. Do we need to pinch hit him? We could pinch hit him for Carlos Correa. He gets a single. Mauer moves to third. Geloff. No, we'll keep Geloff in. He gets a single, scores the RBI. First RBI of the day. And then you got Jordangus. We'll keep him in right field. 3-run homer for Yordan Alvarez. Felix Bautista has come in and absolutely sharded himself. I mean, this is out of control. Edwin Diaz comes in, strikes out Jock Peterson. Robert Stevenson will take out for Hoffman. Jeff Hoffman will come in. And Hoffman does a fairly good job, right? Yes, he does a good job. We'll see if we can keep this 4-0 lead headed into the bottom of the ninth. We can. And then we will pinch or put in Emmanuel Clase, the betting man, and see what he can do. And we will win. The American League takes the W. Joey Mauer contributed to it. He was one of the runs. I'll take it. 1-for-1 with a run for Joey Mauer of the Montreal Expos / Tampa Bay Rays. Only in the All-Star game is it Tampa Bay Rays. That was a productive All-Star game for us. We do have the Futures game up next. I wonder if we have anybody in the Futures game. I would assume we'd have to have some people in it. And never mind. We can't find out because I simulated it. God, I am messing up today, aren't I? Let's take a look at the box score. Yes, can I see that? View today's game, box score. Can I not see the box score, really? I can't see the box score of the Futures game? I'm clicking on options. It's not showing me. Whatever. I see Chapman was there, so obviously we had Adolis Chapman in the game. Whatever. I'm not doing very well, apparently, trying to navigate these menus. All right, it's time to sign our draft picks, which means we can finally see who we actually drafted instead of when I actually skipped. So we took a right fielder, 2 bullpen arms. Here's the left fielder that we grabbed. They got a catcher, too, which we don't necessarily need. We got a right fielder. All right, that's a good amount of depth. I'm okay with that. There's a lot of different positions. A couple starters, a couple pitchers in general. Some outfield depth is what we needed. We got 2 of those. We got a shortstop, a center, or a catcher. Now, this guy doesn't have to be a catcher. We could turn him into a second baseman or whatever else we need. So, we got some guys, though. I'm okay with that. Although our first-round pick is 27% motivation to sign, which is not ideal. We got 52% on you. I don't want to overspend, though. Let's go like that. Offer declined on Brad Lopez. What about Rich Weber? We'll go like that much. Offer declined on Rich Weber. Okay. Maybe we're not as financially stable as I thought. Eddie Renteria out for 1 to 2 months now with a broken hand. Is that what that said? I think that's what it said. Another day to sign draft picks. 30% on him. There we go. We got Brad Lopez. So that's one of the new additions, one of the new regens that will be added to the team next year. What about Rich Weber, who was our first-round pick? And here he is. He has signed, so we'll have another new addition to add to the squad. That's always good. And then these guys we don't have a chance to sign just yet. So we'll keep on simulating. Joey Mauer, our all-star representative. It is down by 1, bottom 9, nobody out. Ichiro on first. Let's jump in and see if maybe we could steal a base with Ichiro. That'd be kind of fun. All right, Joey Mauer steps to the plate, hitting .291, all-star representative for this year. Back in the right uniform, and Ichiro is on first. Should we try to steal? I think I might. I might try to take a little second base here. He's going to throw over once, but he's only got 1 remaining, so he can't spam it. I'm going to test him again. Does he throw over twice? We'll test it. Does Hunter Gaddis have the cojones? He doesn't. Here comes the steal. It's right down the middle, but Ichiro's got it by a mile. He's got it by an absolute country mile. The 9th stolen base of the year for Ichiro. As you do. Do we try to steal third? No, that might be a little too risky. Let's just see if we can knock in the tie-in run with Joey Mauer. Chops it, foul territory in the right field side. It's probably for the best. That would have been a ground out if I had hit that fair. What's Joey got? Not swinging at that. That's actually a wild pitch. I could have went, but I didn't think it was the right idea. I don't think I timed it very right. I would have got thrown out if I would have went when I decided to. 1-2 count to Joe. Gonna chase down low in the zone and swing and miss. Unfortunately for Joey, he will go down. But here comes Mick Mantle. What's he got? Has he got anything spicy? Anything sexy for us? He's got, a circle change down the center, down the gullet. And I just missed it by being early. It really doesn't get much more centered than that circle change. I mean, that's a meatball. That is like what we like to call an Italian meatball right there. And unfortunately, Mantle will ground us to shortstop and get the second out. So here comes Peter Rose. Pretty solid year. I'd like to see him develop even more. He is one of our highest rated, tied for highest rated players on the entire team. We'll see what happens. Peter Rose chops that to second base. It's going to be a ground out, and that's going to be the loss. The Sox take it. We moved Ichiro into scoring position, but nobody could get the job done, and Mauricio Rivera lost it for us. That sucks. We did have a few home runs, though. All right, let's try to get back in the winning ways, but we can't beat the Sox for some reason. We can't sign any of these guys. Everybody else is still under motivations to sign, so we'll keep moving on. We might not be able to sign any more than just those two. Okay, now we're on a little bit of a win streak. We got 2 back. We're still 8.5 games back of the Yankees. I think it's safe to say we're not going to win the division unless we just go on an unbelievable win streak where we win every game in a month or something, which is just unrealistic, obviously. So I think it's hard to say we're going to win the division. We are getting closer on some of these guys. Motivations to sign are doing well. Let's keep growing. We lose 2 more games to the Guardians. Now we've fallen all the way down to 4th in division. Closer and closer on some of those guys. Another day signed draft picks. 45, 47, 42. We're getting to the end, though, where we're not going to have time to sign them. We do beat the Blue Jays, though. Twins have offered us an offer. Obviously, we're not going to take it, but it's nice to see what they're offering for some of our guys. Bill Wagner's been in a lot of situations. A lot of different situations. 45, 48, 47. We're getting close on these guys. It's getting real close. But 2 more days until the signing deadline. And now it's the trade deadline. Obviously, we're not going to be a part of it, but how are our guys doing so far? How are the guys doing? So Rose, kind of struggling as the leadoff man. Maybe we should make Ichiro the leadoff man, because he's actually hitting fairly well. So let's swap Ichiro and Rose. And maybe Ichiro can continue to get good, and maybe Rose can find his way down in the bottom half. Mantle's hitting well. Trout is struggling at the DH spot. Why is he the DH? It should be either McGuire or Griffey. Let's put McGuire and Griffey in there. Hamilton got moved out of the left field spot because Bonds is back in, and Bonds is actually heating up, so maybe that's for the best because Hamilton's kind of cold. Although he was hitting fine. He was doing okay. I think we'll keep Bonds in the left field spot for now. Fielder at first base. He's developing. And then Biggio, I mean, Biggio's going crazy. 19 home runs. That leads the team, it looks like. Although it's tied with A-Rod, who also is going crazy, by the way. How's the pitching rotation doing? So Clemens is 83. He still hasn't figured it out, though. Martinez is doing fine. Lincecum's having an unbelievable rookie year. Harvey's starting to turn it around a little bit, which I like to see. And then Strasburg, he's not pitching like he was in Double-A, but he's figuring it out a little bit. He's on a little bit of a better... Yeah, his last 2 games were better than his first 2, so he's starting to get a little bit turned around. The bullpen, Noah Ryan. Houston Street's pitching unbelievably well. Joaquin Benoit's doing really good. Edward Diaz is pitching well. The entire bullpen's really, really pitching well, except for maybe Mauricio Rivera. Wagner's got 31 saves, though, this year. All right, so we're doing pretty good. We're not going to do anything at the deadline, so we'll skip past that. We did lose the game, though. And we got Scotty Rowland tearing it up in July. That's good to see. Pujols is raking. Yeah, some of these guys are just going to deserve themselves a call-up in September. Unfortunately, it's a lot of third base. Like, Scotty Rowland's killing it in Double-A. We might have to move him to Triple-A. Although Longoria is also having a good season in Triple-A, so maybe not. But I do think he deserves a call-up to Triple-A. So we'll promote Scotty Rowland to Triple-A, see what he can do there. Tulowitzki's not hitting very well at all at Triple-A, so maybe he gets called down to Double-A. Jeter got hurt. Broken arm. So who's playing shortstop for us? Oh, it's A-Rod moved over to shortstop. Okay, I don't mind that. Then we've got Hamilton's up doing pretty well. Henderson's hitting well at AAA. How is he doing steal-wise? He hasn't stolen a single... Oh, that's Major League Baseball. I was going to say, he hasn't stolen a single base. He's stolen 34 bases at AAA. All right, whatever. Ramirez has got 22 home runs in AAA. I mean, a lot of these guys deserve to be called up. There's just not a lot of room. Trout's not hitting amazingly. Beltran's doing great. Maybe we swap Beltran and Trout. Maybe Beltran and Trout get a swap here so that one of them has a chance. Because Beltran's proven in AAA that he deserves a call. So let's call him up, send Trout down, and see if that shakes some things up a little bit. Beltran will get some shots. And that's the kind of benefit of having a roster like this, is you can mix and match the people all the time. Like, whatever you want to do, you can mix and match because everybody's got options. You can send everybody up and down. It's all flexible and stuff. So that's really, really good. King Fielder, does he need to get called down? Because I think Pujols deserves a call up. I think he deserves a call up, but I don't know if Fielder deserves to go down or not. Because he's not hitting that bad, but he's not hitting amazingly either. We're going to call Tejera up to AAA. He's probably ready for that. I think for now we'll keep as all 3 of them up in the bigs. Posey might need to get a call up pretty soon. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. But for right now, I like the way that everything's looking. Does Kennedy Jansen need to get called up? He's unbelievable right now. He's on fire. He probably does deserve to get called up. So maybe we send Fielder down for a little bit, and then we call Jansen up. He's not on the 40-man. Because Jensen is murdering AAA baseball. So that'll be our moves for this what's this, center field? No, what is this? First base? Pujols will get the start. See how he does. But this is our pre-September call-ups additions. We'll see if any of these changes help. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they help out a little bit. The bullpen's been pretty good. The starters are starting to figure it out a little bit, especially Lincecum. I mean, he's having a monstrous year. He's probably going to take home... I mean, he might take home the Cy Young. He's definitely going to take home Rookie of the Year. He's absolutely killing it. So we're looking pretty good. We'll sim a little bit into August here. Oh, I thought we were going to sweep the Diamondbacks. Strasburg gets another win. Harvey got a win. Lincecum obviously... Oh, he didn't get a win. I was going to say obviously got a win, but he didn't. I think we'll finish the series against the Rockies. Jeter's almost back. He's out for 1 or 2 more weeks. Okay, that is where we will end today's episode. We did fairly well, although we did fall down the American League East standings, but 65 and 54, this is a very competitive division this year, but I like the way that we're looking. Clemens, we're going to have to figure out something to do with him because he's not pitching amazing, and neither is Pablo. But Lincecum's pitching well, Strasburg's starting to get hot, and Harvey's doing okay. I'm a real big fan of what this lineup is doing, though. And Pujols, in his debut, he's had 25 at-bats already. No home runs. We'll see how he does. It's still early sample size. But A-Rod's killing it. McGuire's getting hot. Rose is doing better now that he's not leading off. Ichiro's over 300. Oh, yeah. We are starting to figure it out. Bonds is the highest overall player. Then Sosa, but he's still hurt with that damaged knee cartilage. Then you got Ichiro. Then you got A-Rod. But see, this is what I was talking about, how the starting pitching has not developed very highly. The first starting pitcher, or pitcher in general, to be seen on this overall rating is 83 overall Rod Clemens. So I'd like to see some of the pitchers develop a little bit like the lineup has been, or the position players have been developing. If we go to the depth chart and project out some of the overalls, let's say in 2029, we could see unbelievable overalls for some of these guys. A lot of them in the 90s. They project LeMahieu to be up at 91. Mantle at first base. Okay, whatever. A-Rod at 95. Pujols is at 91. Bonds at 97. Trout's at 97. Yeah, they project our team to be fairly good by the time we get to 2029, but we currently are obviously in 2026, year number 2. 2027, next year, they're projecting high 80s to low 90s for a lot of our players, which is huge. That's going to be showing some really, really good progression. The pitching is starting to develop. You can see Josie Fernandez, Randall Johnson right around the corner. And they're projecting Randall Johnson to probably make the starting rotation in 2028. We'll see how it goes. If that actually follows if our development actually follows what the depth chart says it's going to do, then I'm pretty excited about that. We got some contract extensions, but thankfully these guys are not going to be very expensive. That's the whole point. So we'll do that at the end of the season like we always do. And then we will move on. We could take a look at these draft picks, I guess. So we signed 2 of them because I forgot to sign the other ones. This is a bad episode for me, wasn't it? I skipped the futures game. I skipped the rest of the draft. And then I skipped signing all these guys on the final day. Man, so we end up with only 2 players again. It's a starting pitcher, Brad Lopez, and a shortstop, Rich Weber. Well, I guess that's fine. I just would have liked to have a couple extra guys, but it's fine because we have a position player, which we needed some depth there. And I might make him a second baseman, actually, instead of a shortstop. And then we get a pitcher again, which is always good to have extra pitching because you can never go wrong with extra pitching. So we'll add him. We'll add him in the next year number 3, whenever he gets the team, and I'll choose a regen for him, just like the shortstop, and then we will add those guys to AA, and they will be good to go. So that's gonna do it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.